For the folks at home on television, I just thought, this is misleading. I've been there. I know the relationship between where the area the remains are found and where Dominic Casey was searching. So earlier today, I went back to the scene so I could show you guys at home exactly that relationship and get a better feel for whether or not Dominic Casey actually searched the area where the remains were ultimately found by Roy Kronk. Take a look. The aerial shots of Suburban Drive, which were marked inside the courtroom, don't really give you a great idea of how large this area is. So I want to show you. You've got to use a few marking points, like this light pole. Let's call this light pole number 1. Now, follow me down here, and I'll show you where Roy Kronk found the remains and where Kaylee's body was ultimately recovered, which is right over in this area. And we passed that first light pole right by the fence of one of the neighbors on Suburban Drive. And as you come to this area here, you can see that it's sort of been cleared out a little bit. This is because where the remains were found is right here. And this is not far from the end of the fence. Again, look at the end of the fence, and then we had that first light pole. So walk just a little bit. As you come further down, you can see there's now a pathway that was all sort of dug out as the remains were taken from the wooded area about 20 to 30 feet in here. Now, we still haven't reached what I call the second light pole, which again is not the pole that was marked in court by Dominic Casey, the man who shot that videotape doing the search a month before the remains were found. We're coming upon a second light pole here. Now, when you look at that aerial photo, you'll see that the search was not done in this area, but this is where Roy Kronk found the remains, from between this light pole and that first light pole I showed you, 20 feet in. Now, as I pace this, watch, I'm pacing this, 1, 2, 3. Take a look. I want you to look down the street. You see where that light pole is? That's where the search was begun by Dominic Casey when he was here with Jim Hoover and Hoover was videotaping him, okay? So this area here is where the search was done on that videotape, which is not the area where Roy Kronk found the remains. That's down there. And if you look at the thickness of the brush here, you can understand how difficult it would be if you were going to start your search and try to go in this area. And you can see there's little nooks and crannies and little paths that you can work your way down in. You would not necessarily end up in the area where Roy Kronk was and where the remains were found, which is down there. And that aerial map just makes everything look so close. But it's not that close. I still haven't reached that third light pole, which is where the search was actually begun by Dominic Casey. I mean, he marked the spot with an X on the map inside the courtroom. Again, we come down here. This looks like a natural place to start the search because it's an open area. Look at this. It almost invites you to start the search down here. But this is far from where Roy Kronk found the remains, which is down there. On that aerial map, looks like it's right next to it. I want to show you how far this area is from where Roy Kronk actually found those remains. I'm just going to pace it off. It's the easiest way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, about 45 paces, 45 yards from where he started the search to this light pole, and we're still not at the area where Roy Kronk found those remains. I still got to pace some more off here. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 7, 58, 59, 60. About 60 paces behind me in this area, you can probably see it. That's where the remains were ultimately found. Nowhere near where Dominic Casey started his search. Now, do you get the picture? I was frustrated yesterday because it was so misleading. Joining my panel today.